maybe. Okay, here we go. It's like, oh, that's not good. Okay, so I'm super excited again to be doing this with you guys. I'm gonna make sure I didn't just mute myself. Okay, no, I'm good. Okay, so I'm just super pumped, and I do have a couple questions for you guys, so just throw them in the chat as I ask, like nothing like super big or anything, but just like a general question. Who is not satisfied about where you are at in your business right now? And I don't mean that like bad or anything, like I'm not, and I'm gonna put that in the chat, like I'm just being honest. Like, yes, Mariah, that is literally the next thing I had. I'm very grateful, but I am not satisfied. I love that you said that, because like, of course I'm grateful for where I'm at, but like, I'm not satisfied. I want more. Like, I just want more, you know? And that was just one thing that like, I was just thinking about that. And I was like, obviously I'm grateful for like everything that I have and for this amazing team. Like I was telling our leaders this morning that like, I am so thankful for you guys. Like I literally have prayed for you to be here. Even if you didn't personally and like join the business with me, you were prayed here. Like, I want you to know that. And it just like, I just have like one of those moments this morning where I was like, I just want more, you know? And like, there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. So the next question I have for you is, if you could make $500, $1,000, $2,000, 5,000, 8,000, or $10,000 a month doing 5 to 7 tasks every single day, would you do them? Mariah, you're like really big on my screen. I saw you like, yes, when you dove into that computer. Okay, I love that. So if you guys don't know, the foundation of our business is built off of enrolling customers and distributors. That is like the foundation of everything. And there's so many different ways that you can do those. And tonight, that's why I wanted to do this, because we are going to have our top enrollers from December. I almost said January. That's weird. It's fine. It's like, it's December, right? Yeah? Okay, it's December. I actually just had to check myself because like I don't even know what day it is. So we have our top enrollers from December that are going to share with you guys exactly how they are enrolling customers and distributors right now. And yeah, I'm just super excited. And then at the end of it, I'm just gonna finish this off by sharing my tips as well, and then explaining how you can use those 5 to 7 tasks to make that amount of money that we just previously said. So Mariah, I'm just calling on you first because you're like the biggest person on my screen right now. So I just want you to introduce yourself, share a little bit about your story, why you got started, all that fun stuff, and then just kind of dive right into it. Just all in. Oh, you're muted. I just muted myself too. It's fine.
Sweet.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you're good.
Cool. I'm Mariah Carter, and I'm 19 years old, and I've been doing this business for a year and a half now, I think it's going to be. I started May 2019, so a good year and a half, and I just graduated high school. I was working at Plato's Closet, which is like a thrift store, and retail is just $8 an hour, working like 8-hour shifts, and just being so underpaid, and your time, you have no freedom. You're always working for barely pay. So I really wanted to quit, and I actually was on vacation in Texas when I got a message from Danny, my upline, and she was asking me about like just trying products. I had no clue who she was. I accepted her because she had like a college in her bio that was near me. So I was like, cool. And so that's like huge, just reaching out to people, because the worst they can say is no, you know? So she reached out to me, and I was really interested. I just was broke, and I had a job, but again, it just wasn't paying enough. And so she offered like making money from this business while using the products, getting the 40% off as well. So I was just dove right in. I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. I love social media, love taking pictures, and just everything sounded great. I was kind of nervous, but I just didn't really care. And when I asked my mom, she was like, you spend $99 on a bunch of other crap, Mariah. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So we're going to invest. So I did. And for the first few months, honestly, I was just like dipping my toe in the water and just not doing all the like 5 to 7 things we do each day that are so simple. I was just like half doing the things and getting half results because I wasn't putting in the work, just because I wasn't disciplined. And when I got to college, like a couple months later, I realized that I didn't want to get another job. Like I didn't like academics are just enough. And so I really just went all in and just became like committed and decided to just do the things consistently. And yeah, from there I went to conference like a month later, and then a month later I promoted, and then I double promoted like 2 months. No, I promoted and then I promoted again like a month later. And so all went really fast, honestly, when I just made a decision and decided. And yeah, now I ended up just leaving college because online is not it for me, and I was just majoring in marketing anyways and Spanish. And this is exactly what that is, but real life and getting paid now and just building toward my future. And I can have freedom to travel to Spain whenever I want with this business to become fluent in Spanish. So I decided not to go to college anymore. So I'm doing this, and I love it. That's a little bit about me. And it gives me the opportunity to like do a lot of different things with it, like be able to save up to get my private pilot's license and stuff like that. Like you can have this as such a great side hustle to do other things in your life. So that's like a little bit about me. My biggest tips are your mindset. This is 80% mindset and 20% work. Like the things are so simple, you guys. um I love you so much. They're so simple, but it's just that mindset of knowing that you believe in yourself and you can do the things and it's worth it and you're worthy of doing the things and you're going to get good results. And then the 20% is just doing it. Like it's just a six list, like what we call it. And I could easily, I'm a very like blue yellow. I don't know if you guys have taken your color personality test yet, but blue, you have to really make sure you're staying disciplined. Like I'm a bird brain. And so I love to set 10-minute timers and work on my six list, like set a 10-minute timer and message people, set a 10-minute timer and follow people. But I can do those things and that helps me a ton. That's how I like get my work done, because you can do this with a busy schedule. Like it takes like an hour. But if you're not going into it with a mindset that you're going to get positive results from it and people are going to respond and people want this and just grateful that you get to even share this opportunity, you're not going to get the responses you want. Like you can be intentional with your time and like go in and like do all the things, but if you're not in that right headspace and like believing in yourself and just believing in that God's got this, like just doing the work faithfully, then you're not going to get the results you're looking for. It's all in your mind and just affirmations and knowing like I'm a master enroller. Just that self-belief is huge. So that's my number one tip. Next, it's a numbers game. Like I said, I love messaging. Posting is like attraction marketing and people will eventually swipe up, especially as you're consistent, like people are watching your stuff. But posting is like just going out there and asking. Like I said before, the worst they can say is no, and at least they know what you now have to offer, because they wouldn't before unless you asked. Now they're going to be looking at your stuff more once you ask. But the more messages you send out, the more responses you're going to get. And I heard this analogy from a Zoom and I really loved it. And it was like, sorry if I'm talking fast, I like just got out of breath. But if you send 5 messages, you're probably only going to have to hear 2 or 3 no's, which is great, but you only sent out 5 messages. If you send out 100 messages, you're going to hear like 30 no's to, I don't know, 50 no's. And that's a lot. Like that's that mindset, like to keep going, because you're going to hear the no's. But think about how many yeses you're going to hear over like the no's, because you sent out 100 messages rather than just 5 messages, you know? So numbers game for sure. And being a product of the product, back on like the stories thing for the attraction marketing, just knowing that customers will come because they exactly go for no. I love that. Yeah, but being a product of the product, because people are going to trust you and people are going to buy you before they buy a product. They want to get to know you. They want to know that you like believe in the product, you like it yourself, and just about you. Like, you don't want to just be like a robot, like, oh, here's the product, but like you just actually enjoying it and like mixing it in with your life. And so they get to know you, but also how often like you love the product. So yeah, for my messaging on Instagram, I love to message for the collab message, and it's, should I type it in there, should I, or do you want it just on the Google Doc?
You can. It's in the Google Doc. I was typing that too. It's on the Google Doc, but if you want to type it in there, you can. Totally fine.
Okay. So for Instagram, I love to send that because for some reason more people respond to that, in my opinion. And it gives like, once they say yes, then I'm giving them all the options, whether if it's like product options. I don't just use the like a couple products anymore. I love giving like all the options because not everyone's going to be interested in growing their hair or losing weight. Some people really need like that skincare stress relief and they wouldn't know. So I like that, and also gives like making money from your phone. But if they say no to your first collab message, then that you can offer like to post on your story for you and get a host to post up. But then for Facebook, I love to message like just straight up for host to post because people love that. Tonight's the 15th, so you might want to change that to the 30th unless you get them in now. But yeah, being a product of the product and just building that trust, especially if you're messaging like that, they need to see your face and like using it. They don't want to just get a message and be like, I don't even know who this is, like from her page. They, you know, so going live helps me a ton too. On Facebook, you build like that audience. And just know that this is gonna build as you keep going. Like, you're gonna get more customers as you keep going. It just constantly is growing as you grow and are putting in the work, and good things take time. That's a part of the process. And you're not, I mean, awesome if you do enroll like 50 customers your first month, but that is so rare. Like, it's okay to start out with like 4 and then 10 and then like you build, you work your way. So just trust in the process. And with your customers, once you do get your customers, making sure you're taking care of them because they're coming back. We have so many deals all the time. They get perk points, and just making sure they're good. They like their product. We have a lot of different options. So during their 3 months, make sure like they like that, or they can switch it to anything, and just being there for them. That's our job and what we're getting paid for. And I have two more things. Well, I guess one more thing, being organized and really just knowing that this is your business and own it and take pride of that and be organized with it. So writing it down, I know I don't just carry, this is my notebook or my binder. I don't just carry this around with me everywhere. Anytime someone says yes, I write their name down in my notes on my phone, and each day I like write the day and then I go back. So, and then the next day I can be sure to follow up with them and be like, hey, is now a better time to talk? Or like on Friday, I do all my follow-ups, but just following up is huge. So just being organized, and like I said, you don't have to carry that binder around with you all the time, but you can easily type their name in on your phone, on your notes. And if I'm even driving, I just screenshot all the time, and it keeps it because I need storage. And I will look at my camera roll and delete screenshots and make sure I get them written down. So all on time. You don't need to just be sitting at your desk to be organized. You can do this wherever. Like, it's all meant from your phone, but just make sure you're like keeping track and knowing like this is legit, and so treat it as your business and be organized with it. So yeah, and just ending it with just ask them, like with messaging and just talking on your story. Like, they're not going to know if you don't share the opportunity. So message, share the product on your story, and be confident in yourself and the product because they work. So yeah, God bless.
I love that so much. Renee also asked in the chat if you have a mantra that you follow. I just wanted to make sure you saw that.
Faith over fear is like my main thing. Like, if I'm scared, do it anyways. That means I'm growing. Obviously, if it's like good for me, not like something unhealthy, but you know, like if it's making you uncomfortable, that means you're growing. So just have faith, trusting the process. And it actually, that's part of my story in the beginning. It took me 9 months to go Ruby, you guys. I started May 2019. I promoted to Ruby in February. It does not have to take that long. I promise you, you can get it done. in a month. You can get it done in 3 months. Like, just be committed and dive in. Like, don't tiptoe in the water. Like, if you're going to dip your toe in the water, that's the result you're going to get. And that's what happened to me. And then the moment I just dove in, I was able to promote, because it was that consistency is just so key. So yeah, consistency is key, and just faith over fear. So.
Yeah, I love that so much. So I just had two things I wanted to ask you real quick. So how often do you post to your social media? Because I know you were saying like posting is super important. So like, how often are you posting?
So life posts at least every other day. I love to shoot for every day. Something, whether if it's just mixing in the opportunity of the business, a product post, or just like my morning routine, or just an inspiring quote, just so you can stay active on like people are seeing your face. And as especially if that's also with you asking them, not even the worst they can say is no, but when they're ready, this is on their time. That's why following up is so important, because we're on a customer's time. Like, they're not going to buy instantly all the time. So just, where was I going with that? Posting. Oh, because when they see your face, they're gonna remember you, that like, oh, when I want to lose weight, or if I need to clear my skin, or I want to make extra money, you're the person they can go to, because you reached out to them, and they're also seeing your face, so they're keeping, like, you're reminding them of who you are and what you have to offer. And stories, I love to post at least like every 2 hours, because the more you post on your story, it's always going to show up at the beginning, and people are going to click on it, and just be like interactive, and be authentically you. For sure.
I love that so much. Okay, so one thing I just wanted to touch on that she said was, did you guys notice how when she was talking about her story, how she basically said like Danny didn't take no for an answer, and like that's how Mariah joined? Like, Danny didn't reach out to Mariah about joining the business. Danny reached out to her about trying the products, and she said no, and Danny was like, okay, want to be a DT? And like that's literally how Mariah joined. So like I just like you were talking about that, I was like, I love that, because like it just made me happy to see that too, because I mean that's literally how it happens. Like I know so many people on my team are just like people that have joined, like I messaged them about trying a product, and they're like, no, I don't have the money. I'm like, okay, do you want to make money from your phone? And they're like, yes, absolutely. So that's literally all it takes. I love that seriously so much. So we're gonna jump to Amber Lee. You should be able to unmute yourself as well, and just same like Mariah, just start by sharing a little bit of your story, how you got started, why you got started, and then just go right into your tips.
Hi y'all. So I got started like 10 months ago. I started in March. And as you don't know, I'm a full-time college student, and so if I have really good like work ethic, so I am always free to do whatever I please. I get all my school stuff done on a Monday, Tuesday, the latest. So I have a ton of free time on my hands. And so I wanted something to do to keep me busy, that would be fun, that could make me step out of my element. And so when my friend asked me about this business, I was like, you know what? Come back to me in 2 weeks. And then like 2 weeks later, I joined for just $69. And I was literally so anxious and nervous in the beginning. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, what did I just get into? But after working really close with her and just training and doing everything she told me to do, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. And so it's like Mariah said, it's only 6 things that you really do. And that's literally nothing, guys. And so, that's basically it. Um, I went Ruby my second month, and I am running to Diamond before the end of December. So I'm like super excited, kind of nervous, but I'm really excited. And I just love the freedom that I have while doing school and meeting new people and helping others, because I'm a big yellow person. I love helping as many people as I can. And so this business is like literally perfect for me. So I'm like so happy to be here.
I seriously just love you so much, and I'm just so happy. I love you guys. It's like really all I can say. It's all I have words for. But yeah, so I just lost every train of thought that I had, but it's fine. So basically, full-time college student, super busy. Also, she just found out she got on the dean's list today. So everyone give her some love for that, because, smart girl season over here. I'm so proud of you for that. It took her like 20 minutes to explain what that was to me, but it's fine, college dropout. Woohoo. So Basically, you are just like an LC enroller and like host to post queen, like all of the things. And so, like, how do you do it? Like, literally, just like how? Just like walk us through how you're able to get all of these host to post up and get all these customers, all the potentials, all the things.
So I am really big on doing the things that get me out there. And so, like Shai said, I do a ton of post to post. I want everybody to know my name and what I do and what I have. Like, that is my life mindset here. And so, in order for me to do that, I am always posting on my story. I call it story talk. I don't know if y'all do that too, but I love talking on my story. And whether I'm making my coffee with them or I go live and I make my coffee, I just always want to show my face out there and what I'm doing, what I'm making. If I am just on the couch pursuing my business, I'm going to throw that in there too, because you can work this business anywhere, anytime, however you please, which I love. Like, that's like my number one thing that I love about this business. And so basically, I throw in a giveaway post every other day, depending on how quick it blows up. So, like, if I get like 100 comments on this one day, I won't post another until I get all those 100 answered, and then I'll do another one. That's basically how I do it. I like to leave it on for 24 hours, so even the night owls can have a chance to comment on the host post and be I like wiggling and have a chance to be entered in the giveaway and all that stuff. And I used to be big on reaching out, but I am huge on messaging. I either will message for follow-ups, I'll message for host to post. I am a messaging person. It is how I enroll. So being that I do message, I get hosted post through messaging, and it's like a super quick script. I have no idea if I sent it to Shy, but I'll send it in the boom chat or something. And basically, I just asked if they would be willing to throw up a post to show support for my business. I don't even mention the giveaway. I don't know why, but I just feel like people rather support other women than to be in a drawing in my head. I don't know. That's just how I work. So that's how I do host to post, and I try to do 20 a day. That is my limit, 20. I don't go under. If I go above, that's amazing, but 20 is my minimum. And the reason why I do 20 is because it makes me feel like I did something. Cause you guys, I can get 10 host to post in like 30 minutes. But if I just did 10, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I did nothing today. That is just how I am. So I do 20 bare minimum. What else was I gonna say? Follow-ups. So you guys, I have been doing daily follow-ups, and I like lost all my potential from March to July, and so I have no idea where that list is. But being that I being that I do follow-ups every day, I will go through the week on Friday and follow up with the people that I talked to this week, and then I'll search up keywords and do product follow up. So that right now I'm doing biotin, which is our hair, skin, and nails, and I am following up from like all the way to I think I started in March, all the way to like present day, which I love because some of those people I don't have their name written down, but I find them while doing the follow up. So I highly recommend you do that if you don't know how, just search a keyword in Messenger, and all these threads will pop up, which I think is amazing and very I don't want to say time consuming, but the opposite of that. Saves you a lot of time. That, anyways, but you guys get what I mean. So follow up and host to post and messaging. That is how I get my enrollment. Lately, I've been doing this one host to post, and I got 3 customers from that host to post. And when I say my mind was blown, like, you guys, I was shook. I was like, oh my gosh, like, really? And so it's super easy, guys. And I just love that me showing up and being myself and stepping out of my element and connecting with all of these people is how I'm growing my business. And you always want to make sure that people know your name, they know who you look like, they know what you do. Because if forever, let's just say, God forbid, someone's like, oh, I want to lose weight, go to Everly, she has these products. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of reaction I want people to have when they think about products and health and wellness and all that. So that is my number one tip. I do follow up Fridays, but I also like to do 50 follow-ups a day. That's something I've been doing this week, and it's working out really well. So highly recommend.
I love that so much. Like I know, yeah, Caitlin put in the chat, I love your ideas. Like literally, like just the different things that you do. I'm like, holy crap, like that's so smart. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't understand what you meant by doing the product follow-ups earlier. I was like, okay, cool. Like now I'm like, oh, that's actually super cool. Like I never thought to do that. That's really, really good. But yeah, and one thing that I want to like point out that both of them had said is like Mariah was talking about like the successes in numbers, and Amber Lee said 20 host to post, like that's like my number. Like both of them have numbers for different things that they're like, this is what I have to do. Like Mariah knows exactly how many messages she needs to send out. Amberly knows how many host posts she needs to get. Like it's finding out that number for y'all. Like it literally is going to be different for all of us, but I thought it was cool how both of you guys like said something along those lines. But I really, really love those tips, and all of her scripts are in the Google Doc as well. And I kind of categorized it by their name. So if you scroll through, it says like Taiki, McKenna, Mariah, Amberly, and then myself. So you'll be able to like pinpoint exactly whose is whose. But I love that so much. Did you have anything else you wanted to share also?
Not that I know of. I'm like blank.
Okay, that's fine. Also, I'm getting a FaceTime call, so if my computer starts ringing and I mute myself, that's why. Just fair warning to you guys. But next, we are going to have McKenna share her tips on how she's enrolling so many DTs this month. So McKenna, you should be able to unmute yourself as well, and just kind of the same thing. Start by sharing your story, and then just kind of go right into your tips.
Hello. So I joined in October of 2019 with Danny, and I actually went to high school with her. And so I just saw her posting about the business all the time and just doing all these amazing things. And I was so interested because I knew, like, I've always wanted to do something from social media, but I just didn't know what. So I saw that and I just knew like that was a great opportunity and I wanted to try it. So whenever I first joined, I was definitely one of those people that thought it was like a get rich quick thing. And I was very discouraged whenever I didn't put in the work and I didn't see the results. And so I did take a break for a few months from it because I just was like stuck in the wrong mindset. And so I rejoined kind of in like June or July. And I just came in with a completely different mindset. I was like, all right, you know what? I need to put in the work. It's going to work if I'm consistent and if I try, and I need this to work because I work full time. I'm a full time college student. And I also just found out recently that I'm pregnant. So I have a baby coming in July. So that is like my big motivation. I just like need this to work, you know? So basically, I rejoined in June, July. I've been consistent ever since. And thank you, by the way. I'm so excited. But anyway, so yeah, my biggest tip is just like be consistent because I was not in the beginning. I didn't see results. And now that I am consistent, that's when I started seeing those results. And I went from literally one distributor on my team that like did not work at all to charted for Ruby within a week. And I would 100% say like just mindset is like one of like everyone says mindset, but seriously like mindset is key. Like so whether that is like I read a devotional every day, like Hi God, One More Thing is great. I love that one. I also do affirmations like every single day. So I started that consistently in November and just putting like, I am going Ruby this month and I'm promoting this month and I am enrolling. And that's kind of what started like working for me. And also a big tip that I have is like, I have my goals like right above my computer here. And so I can see like how many customers I want to enroll, how many distributors I want to enroll this month, like putting my why up there, like that is the biggest thing. Like put that somewhere where you're going to see it every single day so you can just remind yourself of like just your why and your motivation for it. Also, like since I am like working full time and a full time college student, I'm obviously super busy and I have like a full schedule all the time. So my biggest tip is power hours. Like I wake up early every single morning before I clock into work, and I try to get as much done as I can all in an hour, because it's just, it doesn't, you don't have to work on the business for like 8 hours a day to be successful. Like I 100% believe if you do a little bit in increments that you can fit in, like that's going to work for you. So that is like a huge tip of mine. It's just fitting it in whenever you can, like whether that is doing a power hour. I don't know, like whenever I'm on break at work, like I get a break and a lunch. So my whole break, I'm working, like my whole lunch, I'm trying to message people and respond and things like that. Another big tip I had, like I said before, is just consistency. Like, I know like Mariah touched on this too, like you have to be consistent, like whether that is with your KPI list, follow-ups, anything like that. Just consistency is my biggest thing, because that is what is finally like working. Like everyone always says like you're planting seeds for like promoting, and I 100% believe that. Like even if you only enroll like 2 customers this month or something, that is 2 more customers than you had before, and that is 2 more customers going towards promoting. Like just keep planting seeds. And also posting is a big thing too. I try to post like to Instagram like every other day, like a life post. I'm not the best at that because I just do not get ready ever and I need to get better about posting. But I post on my story every single day. Like I post my coffee every single day. And I have a lot of people that like I'll message them for like a host a post or something, and they're like, oh yeah, also I've seen your coffee, like I want some more information on that. So if you have products that you use every single day, like post them every single day, because people do see that and they will be interested. And another thing that I have is like the host to post messages. Like, so I personally, like I'm terrible at getting host to posts up, I'm not gonna lie, but I follow up with every single person that posts for me, and I'm like, hey girl, like just are you interested in joining? Like whenever you posted for me, that's what I do, like would you be interested? And I've signed like a few distributors just from that message, like just them being like, oh sure, like whatever, and then they sign up. And also just following up like in general with distributors. Like I had to follow up with like one distributor that I just signed like 5 times, and she finally joined. And like I am the type of person, I get so discouraged and feel so annoying whenever I follow up and people don't answer. And she ignored me like so many times, but I just kept going, and then she finally joined. So I really recommend just following up, even if you feel annoying. Like you're not annoying for following up with someone who like showed interest in the products or the business. Like they can tell you no. And that's something that I put in my message all the time, is like, just let me know if like you're not interested anymore. But like basically I'm going to keep bugging you until you tell me you're not interested, because that's how you're going to get people to sign up. And basically like my last thing is just find like a KPI list that works for you. So I tried like one of the KPI lists that for some reason I just found like super overwhelming. Like they're pretty much all the same, but I don't know. So basically the one I use, I'll just find it real quick. But I just use one that's super simple, and it just has like show yourself making a product, post about like a life post, share corporate results, message, follow, unfollow, personal development, 10 plus host to posts, and follow-ups. And I just kind of added in my notes under it to like friend on Facebook too. And I shoot to interact with like at least 25 people on Instagram and Facebook every day too. Because I noticed that like my Facebook kind of turned into like either all It Works people that I was seeing or like other network marketing like people. And so they definitely mess with the algorithm a lot, like, and hide you from people. So interacting is key. Like, especially if you notice that you're like starting to see a lot of people that are with like Arbonne or like whatever it may be, like, keep interacting and get back to like just regular old Facebook and Instagram, and that will definitely help get the word out as well.
I love that so much. Okay, so I have a question for everyone everyone, sorry, words are hard. I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you join this business on the spot, meaning that person messaged you asking to join and you immediately joined, and I want you to put a 2 if they had to follow up with you for you to join. I just want to see this. Okay, we have pretty both. Got 1s, 1s, 2s, and 2s. Exactly. Like, it doesn't happen on the spot for everyone. Like, some people will. Like, the other day I had a lady that joined on the spot to be a customer, and I was like, perfect. And I'm just going to call out Erica because I'm pretty sure she's still on this. But Erica joined my team the other day, and you guys, I first messaged her July of 2019, and she just joined this month of December 2020. And like, yeah, and like Danny, Def was followed up with, like, I'm sure I followed up with her too. Like, majority of the people that are going to be on your team are people that you follow up with. That's for DTs and customers too. Like, it just kind of happens that way because sometimes they're just like, I don't know, like, I need to think about it. Like, it happens. So don't be afraid to follow up. And exactly like McKenna said, she was like, I just like kept messaging. And then finally that girl joined. Imagine if she would have stopped like after like 2 or 3 messages and was like, okay, like, never mind. Like, that girl wouldn't have joined her team, you know? So don't be afraid to follow up with people. And I think that's going to be like the quickest way, honestly, to get the word out. Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love when people message me and they're like, hey, I want to make an extra income. Or they're like, hey, can you tell me about the coffee you have? And I'm like, yes, I can. Because like, I didn't even have to follow up with them. They did it for themselves because of that consistency, you know? So I love that so much. Another thing I wanted to say was there is also a guided power hour in our team page. If you just search guided, it's going to pull up the link to it. But it's just a power hour that I did where I literally am just walking you through what to do for an hour. So definitely would watch that if you guys are wanting to do power hours as well. And like, maybe we aren't doing one at that specific time, but definitely would recommend that. But McKenna, did you have anything else that you wanted to add on top of that?
Nope, that's pretty much all. Basically, just my biggest point is like consistency and mindset. Just both of those, and you will succeed if you do both of those every single day.
Yes, I love that. Also, another thing I wanted to add on was I love that she said, like, I came into this and I wanted to make money super fast. And so I like kind of stopped for a couple months because you guys, that literally happened to me. I joined and my first paycheck was $9. And I was like, what in the heck? Like, I can't even get like a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper with this. Like, literally, what is life? And I was so upset. And I was like, Shay, where's the thousands? Like, where's the comma? And she was like, takes time. And I'm like, now. Like, my money, I want it now. You know, it literally was my mindset. And so I totally understand that. And like, all of you guys were like, yeah, same. Because like, it happens. So, but yeah, I just love that seriously so much. Thank you so much for sharing those tips. But now we're going to have Taiki. My voice just cracked. That was awkward. You should be able to unmute yourself. And I think you're in the car. I'm trying to find you. But yeah, you should be able to meet yourself. Just kind of share a little bit about your story and all of the good things, and then just go into your tips.
Okay, hi. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So I'm Taiki, and I started around this time, actually coming up on my year anniversary. I think I started December 28th, technically January 1st. But so yeah, I started and I was a full-time college student. Not anymore. I don't go to college anymore. It's something that I don't want to do. But yeah, I was a full-time college student. I didn't go Ruby until March because kind of like Mariah, I kind of lollygagged my first 2-3 months. But then I just went full force with it. When I did, I went Ruby, and now like Amberly, running to Diamond with my little sister. But yeah, that's my story.
Yay.
And do I just jump right into the DT tips?
Yeah, just share all of your tips. You're killing it with DTs right now, so give us everything.
Okay, so something new that I started trying with TikTok. I think I got on TikTok maybe 3-4 months ago. But so at first I started posting once a day. Don't do that. If you're gonna go on TikTok, go full force. So at least post three times a day or more. Once I started posting 3 times a day or more, that's when I started getting the forms rolling in. And you don't just want to post non-business stuff. You want to post maybe at least 2 business stuff and then add something funny with it for your last video. But yeah, that's really how I've been getting DTs now. And then also I started sending out a Instagram message to everybody that threw up a post for me on Instagram. And I'm gonna put it in the chat. What's my TikTok? I'll put it in the chat too. That's my TikTok name. And this is my Instagram message that I send after they throw up a post for me. And I sent that to about 20-30 people the other day, and I got one girl that signed up on the spot. So that's really been working for me. And then I got three potentials also from it. And then after someone throws up a post for me on Facebook, I literally do the same thing. Really, it's really the same script, except the first thing it says is thank you so much in all caps, exclamation point. So yeah, and doing those 3 things have really helped. And then also when I post on TikTok, I also move it over to Instagram Reels. You guys should already be doing that, I think. But yeah, I move it over to Instagram Reels. I'll post it on my Instagram story, and I'll post it on my Facebook story, and I'll post it on my Snapchat. So I do promote on my Snapchat as well, but I post all 3 videos on each of those 3 platforms because some people don't watch Reels, some people don't look at TikTok. They look at your stories. So I post all 3 of them on my stories too, and get potentials like that too. People to slide up and be like, hey, what is it that you do? Hey, I want to make extra income. Which, like Shai said, it's great when people come to you. It makes you just feel good, like you got butterflies in your stomach. But yeah, it's pretty much what I do.
I love that so much, and I love that you said posting both of the videos to TikTok and Reels, because like I think that is so key. I know for myself, like this one video just like makes me mad, honestly. But on TikTok, you got a whole like 200 views. You know, like okay, woohoo! The same video on Instagram Reels is now at 25,000 views, and it grows every single day. And I'm like, oh, what? Like what the heck? And I had a TikTok that blew up for me last night, which has like over 7,000 views on TikTok, and on Reels it has like 3,000, which is still great. But I'm like, what the heck? So yes, definitely post them on both, because like you're gonna get both, like you're gonna get results from both of them. But I love that super much. Super much. Did y'all just hear my grammar? Oh my gosh. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I can't get past that. Anywho, but her DT convo is also in the Google Doc as well. And what I love is that Tyke's, McKenna's, and mine, they're all different. And I love that. Like we all 3 have ours in this document that I shared again in the chat, but they're all different. And I love that, because like you literally put your own personal spin on the conversation, and that's how they are signing distributors. Like people aren't going to join me because I'm using Tyke's script, you know, like put your own personal spin on everything. And I love that super much. said it again, super much. That's just gonna be my new word, I guess. I love that so much. But I'm trying to think, did you have any other tips that you wanted to share also, Taiki?
If anybody has trouble with, I guess, creating content, TikTok content, you can always follow, me, Cheyenne, Shay, Katie, Danny, Mariah. Like, you can follow all of us and literally copy. That's what I do. Copy or make it into your own, remix it. So there's no excuse that, oh, I can't create content. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. So, yeah.
I love it, girl. Yes, like I will be straight up with you guys. The first TikTok I made without any without copying anyone is my most recent TikTok, and I think it's hilarious. And it has like 50 views on it. I'm like, you know what? I don't care because I died making it. But literally, you guys just like copy other people's. Like, there's nothing wrong with it because like even if you're just like pointing, like whatever, who cares? You know, like just get it out there. And I absolutely love that. But yeah. I think that was it. Sorry, I just got my brain dead again. It's fine.
Oh, one more thing. I forgot one more thing. So when you post a TikTok, I know that some, like, if it does have 50 views or maybe just one view, don't take it down. Don't take it down because the algorithm is really weird. So don't take it down. Just let it sit there and you'll see the views coming by day. Yeah, that was the last thing.
Yes, no, I love that. I actually saw a video about that the other day because it was like, oh, that one TikTok has 87 views on it now. So, woohoo. But anyhoodle. So yeah, don't even like change the privacy on it to private. I heard that like that also hurts the algorithm. Like literally if you just have like a dud TikTok, it's totally fine, but don't take it down. Just let it sit there and just let it get the views because I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you exactly why or anything. I'm not that smart on everything, but that is one thing that I heard is like don't change it to private. But the last thing that I just had were my tips for you guys, and I'm going to give you guys tips both on customers and DTs just for what I've been doing this month. So I set a goal for myself this month to enroll 50 distributors, and in the first 12 days I enrolled 12. That's the most I had ever enrolled, like in that short of a time span. Like I literally was so excited. I know a couple of you guys are on here right now, so if you enrolled with me this month, hello, and I'm so glad you're here. But yeah, that was just a goal that I had set for myself this month. And I honestly, like, I've been using TikTok. Like I normally am like, I don't know if you guys remember me saying this, but I was like, there will be a day when I get on here and I'm like, TikTok is how I'm enrolling distributors. It's here. It's literally how I'm enrolling now and I'm screaming. But a lot of them do come at least from like Facebook and Instagram and host to post and all of those things. But my influencer application this month has blown up, and I truly think it's because of TikTok. I'm literally doing the same thing as them. Like I literally copy other people's videos and I just make them into my own. Like that's literally all it is. And so basically, trying to think. So that's kind of the one thing I would say for TikTok is, or for DTs, which I know it's like not really a lot, but just be consistent with it, you guys. Regardless if you're doing messaging or host to post or TikTok, you just have to be consistent with it. And that's like the biggest like tip I can give you guys. But yeah, and then kind of going into customers, I've recently been doing this and it's been really, really helping me. So basically what I'm doing is I found products that I have like my own personal results for and the things that I liked to use, and I made that into a little package. So for me, how I lost the weight that I wanted to lose was Skinny Brew, greens, TFX, and celery. So I made a little package with those products, and that's what I'm talking about. So like when people, like I've been doing host to post for coffee, or at least just weight loss, and then all of my scripts for those are in there as well. Literally have a tangle in my hair, oh my gosh. But I'm being a product of the product, which is literally what I'm pretty sure everyone said that on the Zoom tonight. Like they're showing them making the products and using the products. Like that literally is the biggest thing. I make my celery every single morning and my coffee every single day, and I post it every time I do. And so like I said, I'm finding those products that worked for me and I'm sharing that as a pack. So basically, I'm pushing coffee because of my personal results. In 3 months, I had lost 20 pounds, and I think I'm still losing more because my clothes are like not fitting and my cheeks are disappearing. So that's cool. But I've just found those products that worked for me, and that's what I'm using right now. So for example, I posted like a weight loss TikTok the other day, or it was last night, and it was the one that for me was the most views I've ever gotten on a TikTok. And it's at 7,600 now. And I kid you not, you guys, I literally woke up with message requests this morning saying coffee. And I was like, praise the Lord. Cause like, I'm just so excited. But, and like I said, my script for all of that is also in the Google Doc, but I'm basically just asking them, like, do you eat processed food? Is there an amount you're looking to lose? And do you drink coffee? Obviously, if they message me coffee, I'm not asking if they drink coffee, but I'm just taking that part out. But if someone just comes to me about weight loss, that's what I've been asking. And if they eat healthy, I will recommend Skinny Brew, TFX, and celery. If they don't eat healthy, Skinny Brew, greens, and celery. Yeah. So basically those three. Those are the 2 packs that I'm using. And like I said, my scripts are in that little thing, and you guys don't have to use that exactly because I want you guys to make that your own. Like if you're new and you haven't tried products yet, find some products in your e-suite that you want to try, and you can talk about like, oh, like I'm going to try this and these are other people's results, you know, like I'm not asking you guys to lie and be like, I've lost 20 pounds. Cause like, no, we're not doing that here. But like find those products that you want to use and start talking about them in that way. Or just change that for yourself. Like if you used keto coffee, greens, and cleanse, use that, you know, just change it and make it yourself and talk about that, because if you use them daily, you're going to have such a stronger conviction over it. Like, listen, Becky, this works. Okay. And then you're going to be able to tag your own personal results on top of that and be like, look, this is my belly, this is my face is gone, you know, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to buy this because you have those personal results on top of it. And I think that's honestly like the biggest thing I can give you, on top of everything else that everyone said, just being consistent. That's literally going to be the biggest thing. But to kind of finish this, if you haven't kind of caught on to everything that they said, all 4 of these girls shared the 5 to 7 tasks that we do every single day to build this business. And I was really hoping that would happen because I was like, I'm just going to roll with this. I hope it happens this way. And it did. You guys, those 7 tasks are posting stories, growing your market, personal development, messaging, post to post, and checking in. And that can look differently for everyone, but those are the 5 to 7 things that we do. And like, I'm not saying it like this, you don't have to do host to post every day. If host to post aren't your thing and you're a TikTok enroller, go enroll on TikTok, you know, or vice versa. If you're not a TikTok person, you're a host to post person, go do host to post, you know, like fit that however it works for you. And just to kind of explain checking in, because I know some of you guys are like, okay, like, with who? Like check in with your team, with your leaders in the team pages and the team chats, just basically saying like, okay, is there any announcements or anything I missed today? That literally is like my biggest tip. And I'm just gonna like briefly show you guys this because I don't want, like, this was not supposed to be the highlight of this, but this is the tracker that I'm using right now. Shocker, it was changed again. So 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and then I just love when paper doesn't work with me. And then you flip it and it's next week. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then a little checklist for the week. And down here, those things for me are follow-ups, life post, follow, unfollow, reaching out, checking in with my DTs, and personal development. So mine's 8, same difference. So then what I'm doing is on that individual day, I'm just putting a little thing here and I'm like tracking what I did. So I've done all my follow-ups. You guys, I don't know if you can see that. I still need to follow 40 more people to hit my 100. And then I've posted, done my personal development, and I reached out with 90 people because I ran out. So that's just personally how I do it. Like I said, there are so many different ways that you can track your customers, track your potentials. Mariah takes screenshots and puts them in her notes. I literally do the exact same thing. Like I remember I was going to show this whenever she was talking. Yeah, there is literally no right or wrong way Am I glitched? Okay, I think it's good now. That was weird. I wasn't frozen, but y'all were, and I was like, oh God, oh no. But okay, it's fine. So I was gonna show this whenever Mariah was talking, but this is my recently deleted right now. These are literally all screenshots of post to post and conversations and of things that I had done today that I then wrote down in my journal. So however you need to do it, like Amberly said, there is literally no right or wrong way. It is however it makes sense to you. McKenna was saying how she was like, one of these checklists like overwhelmed me, and then I used a different one and it had the same things on it, but that one didn't overwhelm me. That's totally fine. Like this, mine will probably overwhelm some people. I know how Mariah does it. I'm not calling you out right here, but how Mariah does it overwhelms me. I'm like, I can't, but we're still doing the same things every single day. And just the biggest thing is just be consistent, you guys. Like, I know, like I was saying earlier, if you could do those 5 to 7 tasks every single day to be able to make those different increments of income, this right here is exactly what I have done for the last 3 years to be a VIP leader in this company. Literally. Obviously those things change because when I joined, we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have post, we didn't have reels or stories. So obviously those things looked a little bit different, but it's just adapting to what we have now and figuring out what works with you and just doing it every single day. And I love that those girls talked on that because I also love that all of them had different journeys. I think Taiki went Ruby 4 or 5 months in. Amber Lee's was 2 or 3. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. 2, yeah. And Mariah was 9. It happens. Like, it's literally different for all of us, So don't let that discourage you. Literally just be consistent every single day. You're always close. I can't even talk. Sorry. Your best days are always ahead of you. And just remember that. And also everything that's coming in 2021, you guys, y'all are not ready. I'm so excited. So that's basically everything that I have for you guys tonight. If y'all have any questions, text myself, text any of your leaders, any of these girls, send them questions in the chat, all of the things. But I will have this recording up on my YouTube tonight, and I will be posting the link to the recording in the team page along with the document as well. So if y'all need anything, y'all know where to find it. And I'm super excited for y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.